All right, boys and girls, we're going to start talking about 2D shapes. Raise your hand if you know another name that we call 2D shapes. Now, we know they're flat. They're not the 3D solid figures. They're flat. And we know they're called 2D, but what's another name? Hayden?
3D.
No, that's the other kind of shape that are solid figures. What's another name for 2D shapes, Dan?
Plane shapes.
Plane shapes. Everybody say those words.
Plane shapes.
And we know that all of our plane shapes have names. We've talked about their names before. And we know that they have names that match their attributes. Who remembers that big word attributes? What does that mean? Anybody? Attributes is the number of angles and sides that the shape has. So look at this first shape, a circle, and think about the word attributes. That would be its sides and angles. Does it have any?
No.
0 sides and
Zero
0
angles.
angles. That's what makes it a
Circle.
Now let's look at the next shape. Tell me its name.
Square.
Now think about its attributes. Raise your hand if you can tell me the square's attributes. Jalea?
4.
4 of which?
Attribute.
4 attributes, yes, but what are the attributes?
Angles.
So it has 4 angles. That's those pointy edges where the sides meet. So the other part of its attributes would be the sides. How many sides?
4.
4 sides. Let's count them together.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good job. So when I'm thinking of a square, I know that it has 4 sides and 4 angles. I call that its attributes. Now, look at the next shape. What's its name?
Triangle.
Triangle. Think about its attributes. Put its attributes in your head. How many sides, everybody?
3.
How many angles?
3.
Okay, good job. The next shape is called a hexagon. And when we talked about this one the other day, I'll go ahead and tell you we know that its sides and its angles are 6. And when we say the word 6, we hear that X sound, just like in the word hexagon. So I told you that little tip to help you remember that a hexagon is the plane shape that has 6 sides and 6 angles, right? Now look at the last one, octagon. Say that word.
Octagon.
This is one we don't see as much. It's not on the original poster that we looked at the other day. So this one is new for us. Let's count its attributes together. Let's do sides first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So an octagon has 8 sides. Let's count its angles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So 8 sides and 8 angles. That's what makes it a octagon. Now I'm going to switch the slide. Look at these. We're not going to talk about each of these out loud. I want you to think about their names and how many sides and angles they each have before we go to the next slide. Yes, you may go quickly. Okay, hands down, Dan, because we're thinking about this inside our head. So, I see 3 shapes up here that have the same amount of sides and angles. The rectangle, the rhombus, and the trapezoid. Can we agree that they all have 4 angles?
Yes.
Can you agree that they all have 4 sides?
Yes.
So what makes them different? Because this is not a rectangle. This is not a rhombus. We know that this is the rectangle. We know this is the rhombus and this one is the trapezoid. What makes them different? So think about my question. Why are they different, Natalie?
Because if you think about it, they all do have the same amount of sides.
They do?
But the trapezoid does not look the same as a rhombus. The rectangle does not look like a trapezoid.
Yes.
They don't look that
So can we say that their sides are different?
Yeah.
Even though they have 4 sides,
Yeah.
their sides are not the same. Look at the sides on the trapezoid. It has a short side,
And
a long side, and then 2 sides that are slanted. Look at the rhombus. All of its sides are slanted. We also can call this one a diamond, but its correct name is rhombus. Now the rectangle, does it have slanted sides?
No.
It does not. Its sides are straight. And it is called a rectangle because it has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. No matter which way you turn it, okay? I could turn any of these shapes differently and they would still be the same shape, right?
Yeah.
So the reason its name is what its name is because of its attributes, okay? Even if the attributes are the same numbers, like Natalie told us, these are all 4, they do not look the same. So if they have the same number of attributes, then you need to look at the size of the sides, okay? Because they're different. Now, look at the next slide. This is a shape hunt. I want you guys to think about what real life object would be a circle. Raise your hand when you see it. Tell me what it is, Jack. The tire. It is the shape of a circle. Okay? What about the square? Remember, a square is the exact same size on all 4 of its sides. Which one would be the same shape as the square, Leah Grace?
The waffle.
The waffle up top. Great job.
Is that even a waffle?
It is. Okay. Which one is the same as the rhombus, Gemma?
The pizza.
Let's look at that. A pizza reminds me more of a triangle. It has 1, 2, 3 sides. Is there a different picture you see up here that has 4 sides that are slanted like the rhombus?
The kite.
The kite. Good job. I like how she changed that answer. Okay. Everyone, tell me the triangle.
Mountain.
We're going to start moving through these a little bit quicker. Hexagon.
The
The honeycomb. Yes. There's a lot of little hexagons in a honeycomb. Octagon.
Stop
Stop sign. Very good. Okay, I'm going to switch to
That one.
this.
Sort.
So, if I were to sort these rectangles and squares, you could tell me that they both have 4 sides and they both have 4 angles. So we have to know the difference. What makes a square different from a rectangle? We just talked about this when Natalie answered a while ago. But what makes a rectangle and a square different, even though their attributes are both 4 sides and 4 angles? What makes them different, Julia?
Why they're different is because one is longer, but what the one line is longer going across, and both of them is going. The rectangle has 2 that's going to the side, and
That are shorter?
and it has one long one going to the bottom.
And what's true about the square sides?
that all of them is little but not big.
Not little, not big and little. That's not the words I'm looking for. They are all the same. Because I could have a square that's this big or a square that's this big. It really doesn't matter if it's big or little sides. What matters is that your square sides are all the same and your rectangle sides are one long, another long, one short, another short. And you could turn them anyway in 1 minute, okay? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys your seesaw activities, and then you have a paper so you can go ahead and get started on your to-do list. But let me pull up your seesaw real quick. You have 2 of them.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, so your first seesaw activity is to tell the names of each shape. So you're going to see some different plane shapes that we just talked about, and you're going to circle the name of the shape, okay? So there are 9 slides. You're going to have different names listed, and you can use your marker tool to circle the correct name of each plane shape, okay? After you finish all of those, you're going to post this seesaw. Let me show you your next seesaw. Your next one is about the other thing we talked about. Let's see, here it is. You are going to tell me the shape's attributes. So you're going to use the marker tool and tell me how many sides it has. And then you're going to tell me how many corners it has. And you have the same shapes on this seesaw as the first seesaw, okay? Now, you're going to post this one next. Don't forget there are 7 slides before you post. They all look like that. And after you get both seesaws posted, you have this paper. You're going to begin by putting your name and date. And I'm going to check this. 1 minute, okay? I'm going to check this. So, on number 1, you're looking for the hexagon. Bubble it in. On number 2, you get to draw 2 different shapes that have 4 sides and 4 corners. 2 different shapes. And we have talked about a lot of them, okay? Number 3, you're going to bubble in how many vertices a triangle has. Ooh, who remembers that big word vertices? We talked about it. What is the vertices, Jack?
It's the sides and angle.
Just not the sides, just the angles. Vertices and angles kind of mean the same thing. Vertices is a fancy word for angles, okay? And then number 4 says which shape is curved. Number 5, what is the name of this shape? And when you finish this, turn it face down, and I will come and get those later. Then you can start on your I-Ready lesson.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we all clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You may go and get started.